What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turno, with my co-host, Brian Limper.
What's up?
Welcome to the show.
What's up?
It's a good one. It's a special one. It's a late one, but it's okay.
This actually goes hand in hand with the episode we just put out that a lot of people listen to already. So
absolutely. Our go check out the recap of the Luna concert we literally just went to yesterday.
It doesn't seem like it. Did it even happen?
I don't know. It's been a real whirlwind of a couple days. So
everything's a blur.
We're just really running on fumes right now, but it does not feel like that was yesterday.
Like, just thinking about that, it's crazy to think that literally not even 10 days ago we saw Idol.
Yeah,
too.
Like that seems like it was like years ago.
It really does. It doesn't even seem like it really happened.
Like, I don't know. But we saw Luna yesterday. We had our episode recapping all the extraordinary events.
All the action, all the excitement.
Which, if you know, you know. And
all the adventure.
Now we are back in the studio for a normal episode.
What else is really crazy, too, is you, like, see how all the people post their videos and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
From, like, the show online. Like, oh, I can't believe this happened, or this is, like, crazy, blah, blah, blah. And it's, like, one, it's weird that it's, like, they're posting it like it's been, like, years and they just found it or something.
Yeah.
And two, we were, like, there and we saw it.
We were there.
I always think that whenever people circulate, like, every year, the Red Velvet ones, where they're, like, doing the sexy dancing on stage.
Yeah.
It actually ties into this episode today, too.
It gets brought up. It has a cycle.
They're like, never forget. They're crazy for this. Like, we literally were sitting there watching
2018, like, Wendy's little, punishment dance she had to do. It gets brought up, not all the time, but it cycles through.
Especially when they have, like, comebacks. They, like, pop up.
Usually I see them, like, on my
Christmas
fan
time.
page and stuff, and then I'll just be like, hey, I was there. I saw this.
It's just so crazy to think that there's so many things that would be considered, like, iconic for whoever these people are.
Yeah.
But you literally were there the whole time. It's like,
we were there and saw that with our own two eyes, and that was the same for Luna yesterday. I guess it's not quite a good thing. It's not really a good thing, but we were there, part of a... I think it was, kind of like you were saying. It's just funny seeing everyone kind of, blow up about that situation and all the opinions and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, we were right there. Like,
yeah, if you guys don't know about it, go listen to our
episode about everything that happened with Luna.
The other thing I always think is crazy, too, is, like, we were, like, in VIP 2, not even VIP 1, so we were still, like, kind of close,
Yeah.
And there's, like, the barricades holding everybody back, and I'm like, there's so many more people here that are way more excited to see Luna than I am right now.
There you go, man.
But here we are.
VIP 2.
It's weird.
That's how it worked out.
Shout out to having a job that pays me money.
That's how it worked out, but...
And living within, like, a 200-mile radius of a venue.
That's the thing. That's the thing is, like, we're super lucky to... I mean, Chicago's not far. Like, I can't imagine living in, like, South Dakota and, like, oh, I gotta find a way to go to this K-pop show.
Or, like, Maine.
It's like, how?
You're like, oh, my closest one's, like, New Jersey.
And, like, Chicago is probably 98% of the time a stop for, like, any K-pop tour. Like, it's rare when it's not. So... we can just be like, all right, literally drive up, drive back, done.
Yeah, we just did it in one day.
Pretty much see any show we want. Because everyone always comes to Chicago. I always wonder that, like, I remember when we saw Twice, there was, like, the mom and the daughter getting merch, and they're like, yeah, we drove from Oklahoma. This was the closest one. I was like, sweet. We, like, I, like, drove up after work, and...
like, I literally just woke up, like,
we, like, stayed at your... and, like, that was when you lived there, so it was like, we stayed at his apartment, and, like, so it was, like, an hour away, and...
here we are.
I mean, it's wild.
It is very wild.
I think that with, like, other countries, too, that, like, probably don't really have a high chance of seeing, even, like, bands and stuff. They're like, oh, it'd be crazy if, like, yeah, we've seen that band, like, 6 times.
Or they come to, like, Zimbabwe or
it's just crazy. Like, places people don't really have tours or
like
anything.
India.
And it's like, yeah, we've seen Bring Me the Horizon, like, 8 times, so...
I've accidentally seen a lot of bands more times than people have ever seen any concert ever.
Exactly.
Believe it or not, if that makes sense.
But, it's very on brand with...
one thing we didn't mention last night in our episode, which can mention real fast, is we got like a VIP like special meet and greet package thingy.
Awesome.
And it came like a specific Luna drawstring bag.
Yep.
But it's like not like a big one. It's like a little tiny pouch thing, right? Like a dice bag. Mm-hmm. And when you opened it up, you had like this holographic card with him on it. And then you had like a thank you note on the inside that had like the members and like little thank you messages that they had.
Yeah.
Then you got like a little like, I guess like a, almost like an ID card, right? But it said like Luna 2022, whatever. And it was signed by each one member, like randomly. Kind of like when you get like albums, you can get like a special thing for each member randomly.
Yep.
I got VV. And I think you said you got Jinsol.
I got Jinsol, I was hyped.
And then we got like really like legit lanyards. Because usually when you go to these things, it's like exclusive like laminate with a lanyard. It's just like a plain black one.
And you like get the laminate like card thing.
And it's just like
VIP. But then like the last couple you'd get, they just had like a black tie. Like the actual lanyard that goes around your neck there that you hold was like nothing special. It was just a generic black one that they probably just got a million of.
And this one was actually like
legitimate. It was like printed on, and it was like the thing
specific too. It was like 2002 World Tour.
Yeah, the thing that was cool about all this stuff is it wasn't just like Luna merch. It was specific to the exact tour that we saw them.
So if you didn't get like the meet and greet stuff, then you definitely can't like buy it on the tour. Like you had to get it at the meet and greet.
Like it's like pretty exclusive stuff because there's
So if anyone's trying to find one and you go on eBay and you see one, that's very exclusive.
Yeah, it's cool. They did. I was really impressed.
They definitely.
It just was sucked that whole kind of situation was weird because everything was like so well done as far as like the VIP benefits with this. They actually did a really great job. Like sometimes you're not really sure. Like they almost like are wrong about what they say, but Luna, they were spot on, and like our things were like actually signed.
Yeah, like hand signed with like a Sharpie.
Like it was cool. Then you got like exclusive, legitimate photo cards.
Yeah, we got like a whole thing of photo cards, and I got 2 Yojins.
Yeah, somehow.
Got that double.
I gotta check mine when I get home and see if I got a double. Anybody.
One of our other friends said they didn't get doubles. They just had 11 members because Chu's not there.
So obviously the double Yojin was not supposed to be like that.
Yeah, and I got 12 and 2 of them were Yojin.
That's awesome. But that was really cool. I was really impressed with the.
Out of all the stuff we've ever gotten, except maybe when I guess we got some cool stuff. We went to the Twice one.
There was good stuff for that.
This is probably the most like legit VIP package thing.
I think this one and the Twice one definitely.
Because normally just get like a signed poster that's like, although the Brave Girls ones looked at it was signed. Like they actually.
The Brave Girls one was the biggest. The only thing that was disappointing with the Idol one was it said signed poster and it was not signed. It's just like printed. I'm pretty sure it's just like printed signatures.
Although to be honest, I still have never looked at mine.
I haven't either, but
we'll double check on that because I don't know.
That'd be funny if they like actually did for Chicago. They're like, crap, we need to actually sign these. That'd be sick.
Hold on, actually, you know what? Pause. I'll go get it from my car. I'll be right back.
Mine's in there too.
Because I did not look at it. All right, so I went out to my car. I got this poster. Okay, so they are they?
Yeah, that looks like it.
Yeah, I think they are printed on it. I forgot we literally got them. I have not looked at it since we got them.
Yeah, mine's sitting back there too.
I figure.
Yep.
There it is. I have so many posters, honestly. Like I think my Brave Girls one's still out in my car in my glove box.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like printed on there, they're not signed. I remember we went to another one. Was it Everglow or something? We went to, and it was like they were supposed to get like cards or something, and they weren't signed. They were just like printed on them.
The Everglow ones were signed. They were signed on the back.
I know we went to another one, and everyone was like mad about it.
I
don't remember
what it was. There was something like that too, where it literally said signed poster, and it's like that's not
like pre-printed on it. Like
that was the only gripe I have about the Idol concert. But I mean, it's all good.
Which I didn't realize was true until now. But here we are.
Oh, that's what I mean. I remember other people said it before, so I was like, I'm not even gonna look. But yeah, the Luna benefits were awesome.
So shout out to was it My Music Taste?
My Music Taste, and I don't really know who funded it. I don't know if it was BBC, but you did something right because that was really cool. It was just nice because it all fit in the little bag too.
It was like perfect.
It wasn't like you got like a million things you didn't know what to do. You had to carry it around. Like it's literally everything fit perfectly in the bag.
And it was nice where like on the other ones they like give it to you before the shows. You have to like hold it the whole time.
Yeah.
They like gave it to you as you're
literally as you're walking out, and like only us. Well, there's a good amount of people, but only our type of VIP was the one that had that. The other people didn't. So it's exclusive. I mean,
I can't wait to see our group picture.
I don't know when that's gonna come out. I just was kind of waiting for Zeg. I'm sure he will find it right away whenever it's posted. But I'm excited for it too.
All right,
we're in the middle. We're in the middle. I'm excited to see it.
Now that we got that covered, we can get into today's episode. We were gonna do this originally last week, but then it was Fnatic's 3-year anniversary. Of course, we're going to have to celebrate that.
That kind of trumps everything else.
We had to do that.
Yeah.
So now this week's episode actually works out great because we just went to our last concert we're going to go to for a little bit. So we're going to go down and we're going to give each of our individual rankings for our favorite concerts in order that we've been to so far, I guess, just overall.
Yeah.
I've been to more than you have, so I do have some of my lists I'm guessing you will not have on your list.
That is correct.
So because of that, I decided that we're going to go in like reverse order, and we're just going to start with one and we'll work our way down to whatever the other ones are, because I feel like there's a higher chance we'll have the same ones in common at the top than the bottom, since
Sure, whatever you want to do.
the other ones you weren't even there for is just me and the other people. So let's see. This is going to be a very controversial list. Maybe not, honestly.
Well, I mean, honestly, disclaimer, none of these are actually, like, bad.
No, none of them are bad. It's just which. Also,
but everyone can't be the best. So.
And then some of them are low on the list just because they're a really long time ago. You know,
that was kind of how some of mine were too. That's definitely what some of mine were.
I also feel like we'll have the same first one, so that'll be a pretty easy one. Because number one, I have Idol.
Yeah, that's my number one. Best K-pop concert ever been to. And I mean, it really hit me during the concert. I like ran through my head. I was like, I think this is the best, one of the best overall concerts I've ever been to, and the best K-pop concert. It was like flashing through my mind, and it just delivered. It was like the most perfect concert ever. It was so great.
We also talked about it in the review episode that we did after we saw it, but like just everything about it seemed a lot.
It was so great.
More high quality and more fun and just energetic.
It was like.
Also, their songs just hit so different.
Their songs hit so nice.
I
keep thinking about how great Senorita was, and I was like, I didn't give a crap about that song when it was a thing.
But I still don't
live.
I
was like, man, it was so good. The members were so great. I mean, I still like.
Everybody spoke English.
I still
the whole concert
I still
English.
have like post-concert depression from that one. Like, I want to see that one again. It was so fun.
And then members you weren't really a big fan of or paid too much attention to were like super awesome.
I just love every single member. I honestly think a big part of it too.
Also, the venue and like their little backdrop thingy they did with like the videos and stuff was like super awesome.
And just kind of like their like edginess was cool too, and some of their songs, you know, their more recent songs, almost being like alternity kind of like vibe, like awesome, so great. I also think Soyeon is such a star.
Oh yeah,
that,
when she comes on like raps and does stuff, it's
just
like,
literally
just
like
different.
Demands you to watch her as like the captain of the team. But again, like everyone else shines too. I think that was a big part of it because like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of idols or any that I've really just been like blown away as far as just like, I mean, I don't know how to really describe it. She just has like this like her own unique factor that you're just like, whoa, like just like so cool, so awesome, so like in command of everything.
Her in person. I can't think of any other idols we've really seen.
And that one was cool. Like yeah, I mean, like everyone's awesome and you know talented, beautiful, but there's just something about her. It was different. That's all I can really like explain it. And that one was cool too because we got the high touch and we got like the top benefits for that. There was no photo for that, but.
And her awesome Susan shirts got blown up.
I mean,
Instagram
our Twitter Susan shirts, thousands of people liked it and loved it. Actually, people loved them.
I don't know. It was overall just a really good experience. Also, the Radius, like I said, is a really good venue. We've been there a couple of times.
We were really close.
And the bass in there hits so different.
Man,
it was
that was like definitely my favorite K-pop concert. Easily, hands down, Idol for sure.
The only downside to it, in my opinion, would be the fact that it was very hot. And apparently the AC does work because in the show we went to yesterday, the AC was very high and it was cold.
I don't know if that's like because the way the Luna one was with the different categories, everyone was actually a little more spaced. Because like the Idol one, we were in there with the bodies.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just really hot. I mean, I was like sweating.
It was hot.
And then
I felt like that one.
I'm just not a fan of standing room only anymore. But I'm also
that
just might just be being
destroys your knees. My knee actually were like hurting yesterday. I mean, the Idol one was long and we had to wait, but I felt like I wasn't like, wow, are we almost done? You know what I mean? It like still went really fast, and I was like, I don't know. It was like perfect.
Yeah,
I guess my only gripe is my poster wasn't actually signed. That's my
Idol is number one.
That was by far my number one concert I've seen. All
right, so now I knew we were going to agree on the first one, so I'm interested to see what the next list here is.
Yeah.
What are Also, I told him before we started this. I don't even remember if I remembered all of them. I think I did, but
I think I remembered all mine.
You want to go first or second?
You can go.
So for me, my number 2 show was Brave Girls.
Wow.
I love Brave Girls.
Yeah. It was
sick.
fun.
I remember we left Brave Girls. I was like, I just want to go see every Brave Girls concert that they had.
We really did.
Also, the venue was a lot smaller than this one was. Like, I mean, it was like, they're literally standing at like knee level with us with no barricade.
Yeah.
And if you were like up front, you're basically on stage, part of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were like on there. And they were all like really cool live. They were really funny. They were very good live. They all sounded very good. All the songs were awesome.
Yeah.
I was super excited to see Roland live. It happened. I don't know. It was great. I'd love to go see Brave Girls another time if they ever come back for, well, anything. That was just one of my favorite concerts. I loved it. Until we went and saw Idol. Idol was sick, but I love Brave Girls.
That was definitely one, too, that you're like, you don't know if they're really going to come back. So it was like actually like history of like, you finally got to see them, you know?
They were so fun live. I loved it. It was one of my favorite. Well, obviously it's my number 2. It was one of my favorite ones.
It was awesome. It was super fun.
All right. What was your number 2?
My number 2 is when we went to Minneapolis and saw ITZY at the showcase tour.
See, that was my number 3 one. So it's up there.
That was my number 2 just because that trip was so fun.
The trip itself was fun. Yes.
Everything about it was so fun. The venue was so cool. I love the like old theater, or like the theater venues where it's like all like there's like architecture in there. That was super cool.
It's almost like an old opera.
Yeah,
theater, you know, like the seats that go up like
and like the balcony. Like I always think that's really cool. The whole trip was fun. We stayed in a super awesome like downtown high rise.
Yeah, it was
really cold, but I mean it was really cold.
It was also like in the middle of February.
It was in the dead of
January.
winter.
Yeah, it was like
but we
literally got there, it was like -15.
We stayed in like the apartment thing. It was like snowing. But it was lit because like the windows just like looked out over the city, over the other skyscrapers. Like it was so cool. We were so close to the venue.
The only thing that would have made that trip better was if we, thought ahead and brought food to eat afterwards, so we didn't like starve.
Yeah, because we could have gone and got some, but we didn't want to freeze to death by being outside for more than 2 minutes.
We were like hyped though, like, dude. We could walk 6 blocks and go to this gas station.
We could do it, but then like literally our walk from the venue to the hotel, we're like, it's pretty cold, dude.
Yeah.
And like wearing Vans in the icy snow, your feet are very cold. That was like definitely my number 2. That was like when ITZY kind of solidified themselves as like my, one of my top groups. That was fun too because it was a showcase.
That's also one of the first times we ever had legit merch to give out to people.
That was when Kpop Mom.
So if anyone was at the ITZY show in Minneapolis and you have one of those Kpop kimchi buttons that doesn't even say what we do, that's like the only of those that ever exist. I don't even think I have any of my own.
The lady took our stuff and passed out to everyone who had none left. That was awesome. We got the high touch and photo with that.
And that's one where we were like at the end of the line, so it was like we like got like a good amount of time there, and we were like right in front of them where the picture got taken, and we were like
it was like us and a couple other people, so they didn't fill up the picture thing, so we're like all in front of a member. It was just entertaining too because with the showcase they do some performances of songs. They didn't have a lot of songs at the time, but they did like games and stuff, and I just thought that was really fun. ITZY was like an awesome group to see.
Because what we say was like right before.
It was right before Wannabe.
Wannabe came out, so I mean,
literally they had small. 2 title tracks and like a few songs off those. Cherry was so cool.
Cherry was sick.
The crowd was also really great in Minneapolis. I just overall was a really fun trip. It was my second favorite.
I feel like it's also just good when you go to a show and you're not like super big fans of certain members, but they're like, yes, they're there, but they're whatever. Yeah, like, and then you leave like, wow, everybody's awesome. Like,
yeah, exactly. That was like definitely Idol too, and like that was huge for like Cherryung because she was so kind of timid on variety. I feel like she was kind of quiet and stuff, but when we saw her live, she was so full of life, so funny. Really made everyone fall for it. It was great.
The venue was awesome. It was really good. That's actually where they're going on the tour for the KCON after show thing. It's going to have a bunch of groups there. It's going to be sick.
So cool.
Seeing like TO1 there would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because they're like really high energy boy group. Then obviously Stacey'd be sick there. Lightsom's going to be there. I think it's Gravity. So I mean, just in general, the like acoustics in that place, everything's like great. Like
I just love the old theater. I think it's like the coolest thing and again. Assigned seats. So
yeah, that's always also the best.
I remember the lady and her daughter next to us are like, so like, do we just take a picture with your phone? I'm like, gosh, no, dude. And we had to like walk with them. They would have been so lost if they didn't talk to us about what you actually do for the VIP stuff. So lost. But it was their first one. That was my number 2.
And that was my number 3, so now we got that covered. So what was your number 3?
I don't remember. Mine was Twice.
Okay.
My number 3 was Twice.
Hey, let's get them out of the way because mine is number 4.
Twice. I mean, because literally that, with how we saw Twice, I mean, no one really gets to see them in like a greater capacity than we did. Being like front row.
That was also before COVID happened. So
it was 2019 in like the front row of a stadium.
Like a huge stadium. This isn't like a little venue. This was like
a bigger. It was arena.
It was Wintrust Arena. Like it was
arena,
huge.
Sold out show. Somehow able to get the absolute. It was like gold VIP.
It was like VIP gold
very,
level.
You know, pricey, but 100% worth it. We had the meet and greet. We had we got a photo with Twice and like 50 other people, but who couldn't even have a photo with Twice? Like one of the greatest, if not the greatest, girl group of all time. Just that. I mean, I said it before. Or told you, I don't know, but like, if it was convenient to see Twice again, I would like to sit in the the very top and just chill. But I am very cool with not ever seeing them again because we pretty much saw them in the most perfect way possible.
That is, we were like literally on the barricade.
We were on the barricade
next
right
to the stage,
all of them, and they're right there, and they're literally the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. It was crazy.
We used to have a video. Someone still does. We're like. Dime was like self-shooting them with their own like selfie stick, and like we're literally on the video
like
with them on like the Twice account.
Yeah, we're like right there on the YouTube. When I don't know what it was, but
actually we're in the one for Itzy too with their little tour thing. We're in both of them,
and just keep looking out for that Idol one because we're gonna pop up somewhere.
So we made it at least 2 videos.
So yeah, we're like actually in the Itzy one. But yeah, that I mean Twice was like, it was awesome. It was a great show too, and it was like when Fancy was the main. It's crazy they've had a lot of music since then. But,
it's true. That's actually a really long time ago because that's before.
It was 19. I'm
pretty sure that's before Feel Special came out.
Yep.
Because I remember saying, man, if only we could have seen Feel Special because it came out like a little bit after.
Yeah, it wasn't too long after the tour.
So that tells you how long ago it was.
It was a long time ago. But yeah, that was
because we didn't even see Mina. She wasn't there.
Mina was not there, which was like the only downside. But it was really fun. And again, I don't think the chances of that happening again are like ever gonna be a thing. So
like imagine just the top of the top, like it's like winning the lottery.
Yeah,
and then going and seeing Twice.
And most exhilarating moments of my life was like getting those tickets.
And you got in like a cornfield.
I was like working out in a cornfield at a soccer game before it started, sitting in the car, and like I just remember in the little queue thing, and it was said usually it's like thousands, and obviously it's Twice, so a ton of people are trying to get the thing. Said one person in front of me. I was like, what? And I was just on my phone. Crazy.
Literally, anyone who doesn't know, getting tickets to see like K-pop shows in general,
it's so hard.
Sells at minimum like what, maybe 10 minutes.
So
max.
hard. Sites crash every time.
And then if
no
you
one's
get like
prepared.
The big groups like Twice, Blackpink, BTS, it's like literally seconds. It's gone.
And like think about Twice, and there's one person in front of me out of all the
millions of people,
thousands of people trying to go see them in Chicago. One person in front of me. I don't know. That like adrenaline I was feeling sitting there, I was like, oh my gosh. I was just like on my phone too.
I remember I was like driving back to Springfield for whatever reason.
I was like, dude, I got the VIP gold. Because I was
like, I really don't got the money for this, but buy them.
No, I was like,
He's like, I already got it. I'm like, all right, I'll send you the money.
I had to, because it's super nerve-wracking when they hit you with that like,
you have 3 minutes.
You have 3.5 minutes. I was like, oh, connect. What's my password? Oh, dude, that was number 3.
I remember driving because I was still in the queue. I didn't even get into the thing, and you called, or I remember you called me, text me like, "Dude, I got like the VIP."
I was like,
"What?"
I'll never forget when it literally was just said one person. So shout out to that one person, probably Sam.
It probably was.
But
yeah, that's
like, I was number 2. That was my number 3.
And then that was my number 4. So I mean, you're already covering my list right now.
Yeah.
I guess you can go to your number 4.
My number 4 was
eventually they got to be different, right?
My number 4 is Red Velvet. You saw them twice, but when we went together was when they had their like showcase thing in Chicago.
Yeah.
Which was like a one-stop shop thing.
That was like the first ever.
That was the first thing we ever went to.
K-pop thing we ever went to that wasn't. Well, actually, that might have just been the first thing.
That was my first ever K-pop thing I ever went to.
I think it probably was.
And it was seeing Red Velvet, who was like the main group that got us into it, or got me into it.
And on this is when we learned how hard it was to get tickets.
Yeah, and
we could not get any.
Nope.
And we bought them like the day or a couple days before for super cheap.
And we had good ones. Like we had good ones, but we just didn't really know the beast it was of trying to get K-pop tickets until Red Velvet had their showcase. And this was during Bad Boy promotions. I think it was just in 18.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. obviously we just had like seats there and not really any benefits or anything, but it was fun because they played games. I remember they had punishments.
That's when they got the fan cams.
Yep, the legendary fan cams, and it was again Bad Boy, so they like wore the awesome Bad Boy outfits.
Yeah,
getting to see Celia Irene, amazing. It was just like the first one too, so that one it was a little long ago, so I don't really remember everything, but just getting to see Red Velvet as like the first K-pop group ever, like that was cool.
And much like some of our other concerts we saw, where we have a history of members not being there. Joy wasn't there.
Joy was not there.
She was filming a drama.
But
I don't feel as bad because she also did not go to North Korea for the Olympics.
Yeah, so Chicago and North Korea pretty much same place. So there you go.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But that was really fun. I mean, that was like the first one ever. That was like years before the podcast was even started. So it was fun. It was fun to like be in the environment where like people liked K-pop. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I don't know. That was a good one. That was your number 4, right?
That was 4, yeah. And then what number are we on?
Yeah, because it's weird because they like synced up, but mine's like would have been going next.
Yeah.
It's funny to think that if it wasn't for Brave Girls, we had the same top 3. So
yeah,
I mean, it's pretty close. My number 5, actually, I don't know if you could consider it an actual concert or what, but I put the KCON premiere we went to.
Yeah.
That's my number 5.
That's my number 6.
Sick.
Yeah, it was very cool.
We actually, going into it, had no idea what to expect the first night we went because I actually bought extra tickets to the wrong day because of the ticket thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
So we went in there just like, oh yeah, we'll see what's going on. Then the next day is one when Stacy's going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Man, the first one was awesome too.
It was really fun.
Just the way the only weird part about it was the whole connecting with like LA.
That was the only dumb thing. That was the only dumb thing because like didn't work and it was kind of corny.
Without it being there, like I get you're streaming it live, so you're trying to do something, but without it being there, you literally weren't missing anything at all. So
yeah, it was kind of like we're like the artists are here right now. We don't care about what you're doing in LA. You know what I mean?
True.
But that was so fun. That was
also B2B 10 out of 10 goes to
B2B was awesome.
Peniel's not a great host. Or translator.
That was a little disappointing is my man just did not try for the translations.
Yeah, he really just was
whatsoever.
He really just found it in there.
But that was cool too because they all did like games and stuff. And I feel like all the groups got a really good amount of time to kind of showcase what
and it's like do. I honestly remember we were watching it and I was like, you know what? I don't know how much time each group's gonna have because it's like a shorter time frame. There's so many of them, but they all got a lot of time. Yeah, and they all did good.
It was really nice how they kind of divvied it up between everybody.
In the first night we went, we saw B2B, Gravity, and Inmix.
Yeah.
But Inmix was really good. I mean, I'm not a fan of their songs. They're good. I mean, they're good live though.
They're definitely in that like waiting period of like, hey, let's have a good song, and I'll be like, okay, I'll
but like when they did like their little like games or like personal intros and things. They were super fun. They're really good.
Super fun girls.
That was fun. And then the next night we saw Stacy, TO1, and B2B, and that was
and we said it before. Everyone wanted to see Stacy, and it showed.
Way more packed.
It was
also there's just like an endless stream of confetti cannons.
That was like honestly, I feel like what made it so great.
Like I mean, at the end
when they played that they're playing. Just had confetti.
Just non-stop confetti. You couldn't even see the floor.
Everyone's just running around. The best. That could be the whole show.
Like going in the crowd and like dancing and like everyone was super hyped. It was awesome. It was just the energy was really good. All the groups were really good. That was awesome. B2B was awesome.
Yeah, that was my number 6 one. KCON was really great.
But for what it was, I mean, I understand it's not like the big KCON is going to happen next week in LA.
Right.
But for what it was, I'd go see it again.
Awesome. Absolutely. See, that was the thing. Like you said, we just didn't really know what we were kind of getting ourselves into. We just really wanted to see Stacy, but both days, super awesome, super fun. Crowd was great both days.
The one thing that I think is funny, so people are complaining about how they switched the LA road trip thingy.
Yeah.
Like afterwards. From 2 nights to 1 night, so all 4 groups are going to be playing in 1 night.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I want my money back. Like, there's not enough time to hear all these people, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you went to KCON, you know there's plenty of time to hear all of them play, like, all their hit songs. Like,
everyone was able to showcase what they
played,
could do.
like, what, 5-6 songs a piece?
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a bit for, like, 3 groups of, what was it? 3 groups in, like, a couple hours span.
Yeah, and they, like, played games, too, had some cover stages. They did a lot.
Yeah.
Then that.
So. I feel like people who say that stuff, like, no offense, I don't know if you're anybody listening to this, but it's like, I don't know if you've never gone to like a K-pop thing before, but they're very good with time management.
Excellent.
Like, if they say they're starting at 7, they start at 7. And if it says it ends at 10, it'll be over at exactly 10 o'clock.
Excellent.
Which is weird. It kind of reminds me of like, so if you put a thing in a GPS and you're like driving, but you hit traffic, and like there's no way my ETA is gonna be the same. I'm gonna be like 8 minutes of traffic. You arrive at exactly the time it says you're gonna be there. It's really weird. Even if you like pull off for gas, you like go through the drive-thru, you always arrive right on time.
Yeah.
Same thing for K-pop. They'll be like, seems like they're like ad-libbing stuff or like throwing stuff in, to like mess with the crowd, like play around.
Nope.
It's all in the schedule.
I mean, yeah, it's all so strategically put out in like a perfect way to make it like boom, you're out of there
so
at 9:30. Boom.
If there's 4 groups and they each have like a half an hour to do something or whatever, they're easily going to cram in as many songs as they possibly can in that. Yeah. I mean, if they're doing 3 to 4 minute songs, I mean, you're getting at least 8 songs per group. So, and a lot of the groups going don't even have that many songs.
Yeah, and people just like to complain, which is dumb.
And also if you go on the shows, they don't stop. They like go like. Energizer batteries. They do not stop. They just go and go and go and go and go.
That's been like something of these concerts we've seen this year. Like, my gosh, like guys.
I remember
you could hear Luna yesterday. They were gassed.
Was it Idol? Maybe it was like halfway through their thing, and they were talking to us and drinking their water, and they already played like 8 songs.
It was Idol. Idol was like a machine.
Like it was like crazy.
It was a machine. They were a machine.
Like speaking of machines,
I feel like they didn't even really seem that tired. Like, Luna was gassed. Like, they
honestly, even if Idol was, like, not singing live, which I mean they did, and they were just dancing, and they were dancing, just the most well-trained athletes in the entire world.
I was just going to say, everything about that was, like, so spotless and perfect, and it was just, like... But it wasn't, like, almost mechanical in a way where it was, like, what am I trying to say? Like, not rigged. It was like still natural though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it wasn't like set up.
It wasn't like so set up where you're like. You can tell when
they go to certain shows, they're reading off a script and they're like, "I need to say this," because no matter how the audience reacts, they still say the exact same thing. The next person, it's just like, okay, well, that's not the reaction you really wanted, but whatever. And it's like going off the thing. But the idols are just kind of. It's almost like they just had like a monitor, and it's like, okay, do something for 5 minutes.
And like they had points, and like they kind of look at it, but they did such a great job of like kind of not just like sitting there reading it like, did you like the song? Like,
or are we having fun tonight?
They're pretty much perfect. Again, that concert.
I mean, it might just be because a couple of the members really understand English too, so it's not like
that was huge that
they can like connect with everybody more than like people who are like like Hassel tried to at the Luna one, but you could tell she was messing up when she was reading it because she wasn't like fluent in English or anything.
She really tried her best.
But when you have like someone who speaks fluently and understands what people are yelling or saying to them, it helps out a lot. Waiting for people to translate what you're trying to say.
Minnie and Yuki were like darn near perfect.
Yeah.
Minnie was like perfect.
Yes.
Yuki was close. Soyeon was very good. Miyun was very solid too.
Yeah.
Like, and then Shua was probably the least, but like she still did well too. Like,
yeah, I mean it was good.
Then they all just the best. But
yeah, K-Pop Premiere was awesome.
K-Pop Premiere was awesome. That was my number 6-1.
So what's your number 5?
My number 5, which we're gonna go with the recent. I put Luna. I was thinking today.
Well, that's perfect because I put them as my number 6.
Okay, yeah, they're my number 5. They just edged K-Con. I was like, didn't even like that show because it was so. But I was like, yes, it was great.
It was really good.
Besides all the nonsense that we kind of had there, and it was really great. And just seeing them after loving them for a long time was really cool. And seeing some songs that are literally like some all-time songs to me, like, was very awesome. Like seeing like So What might be one of my favorite K-pop songs like ever. Not kidding. And being able to see that live was really cool. Like,
that's what I felt when I saw "Rollin' by Brave Girls.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you want to know more about this, you can go either Google it or you can go listen to our last episode. But if Kid would have came back after just like a couple song break and finished it out when they did like, Hi and whatever else it was doing in like their third act with like Pose and stuff like that.
And Pose was just the best.
It would have been way higher on my list, but since you did it, it was down lower.
It just.
So like I said, if you want to hear more about that, go listen to our episode yesterday.
We don't have to rehash everything, but that definitely did kind of knock it down a few, just because it made a different type of vibe for the concert. It was kind of. But overall was really great. The girls did a really great job. It was just really cool to see Luna. They had some really awesome songs that sounded awesome live.
And it is one of those things where if you guys go back and listen to our episodes from like 2 plus years ago, we were super into Luna.
We love them. I remember first seeing Jinsul's thing, like her album.
So seeing them
years
live
ago.
was like kind of crazy.
It was like a bucket list K-pop thing. So that was really cool.
I will say, if we had like a Luna show and it was like a 2-day thing, and one of the days was them just playing their solo songs, and then they did like a concert with them all as Luna, it'd probably be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire
I would
life.
love to watch if they just did their solo songs.
That would be maybe the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Fun and awesome, and everyone was there. That'd be super cool. But yeah, that one maybe got knocked down just a little, just
because of the atmosphere.
Because of the atmosphere, just because you felt it. You felt it inside, right? Like,
also, when something happens and you kind of get scolded by the other members for it, it kind of doesn't make for a fun environment, you know?
Well, like, you were just... I don't want to just, like, talk about it, but I was like, you didn't know what was wrong. You're like, did we mess up?
Well, I'm just saying, it's like, when they came out and they, like, gave a speech about not doing something, it's kind of like, okay, well,
then
shit,
you're
what
like,
are we supposed to do?
Like, what do we...
So,
but then again, I was like, what even happened? I was like...
Yeah, look, we don't need to talk about it again. Go listen to it next week.
I'm 100% crowd. You did nothing wrong.
But, yeah, I don't know. The whole atmosphere
That's what made it lower. That's what made it lower.
So that made it not as fun.
I still think even if that was a darn near perfect concert, I would have liked Idol more. But it could have been higher.
I will say the first half of the concert, super great.
And just getting to see some of those songs, awesome. And again, we talked about it. The meet and greet and high touch was freaking incredible. It was awesome. The best one.
Probably out of all the ones we've been to,
it was the best one. Especially like the group photo of being right by them for like a few minutes. Like that was
like talking to us.
The best one. Yeah, we talked to them for like a long time. So that was like the best. And then the VIP stuff, very cool. So Luna, number 5.
It was my number 6. So that
really,
was my next one. And you said K-Count is your number 6.
K-Count was my number 6. So we have 7, 8, and 9 now.
So I guess we'll go back to me. Number 7, I put Everglow.
Okay.
Although, honestly, I actually was thinking in my head when I put it on them, like, was that not better than the Luna concert? Because the Everglow one was sick.
The Everglow one was a really awesome
And we actually had, like, a very good seats for that.
Oh, it was great.
All their great live.
Everglow was also just, like, so hot at the time.
Yeah, that was, like, the peak of their, like, being awesome.
It was
when
like,
they came out and they had their concert.
It was like, boom.
Also the peak of COVID.
Well, it was the start.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's why it was low for me, because like
very iconic moment.
It was just a memory that was really great, but then it was a memory of like
80 years from now when I'm 100 and my grandkids are like, or great grandkids are like, what were you doing when COVID happened? I'm like, I was
literally
watching Everglow.
Went to see Everglow in Chicago, and that night
I was listening to Salute Live.
Those 2 hours of going in and out, everything changed in the world. Or at least,
and even after that, it's weird because after that, they didn't do any more high touches. They didn't do any more.
We were the last one. It was, yeah, honestly, that one would probably be higher if it just doesn't have that stuck on it, but obviously they can do nothing about that.
But as far as performance-wise, it was awesome.
Their songs were so good. Everglow was sick, and they were so hot.
I don't remember where it was at, but I feel like the stage is just so small that they look like giants on it.
It was just like a little theater-type place, too. But again, we like sat down. We were in like our own seats, and we had like a railing. You put your feet up. It was awesome. That was a great show, and we had a picture with that and a high touch with that.
And they were really fun, and they had a lot of energy.
They were
really great.
And they had just such good songs.
They did their cover dances of some of them, and they also made Mia do her sexy baby shark dance.
Yeah,
because that's what she wanted to do, and I was like, man, all right.
It was that was a really fun show. It just
also one of the few shows we've been to where all the members were there.
Yeah, no joke.
So yeah, that was my number 7.
That was a good show. That one's just a little low because of the world changed legit. My number 7 was Dreamcatcher.
Okay.
That was really fun, and again, I kind of like put it with the whole trip. Going to Louisville was really fun. Stayed in the hotel, making the drive.
It was fun because I've never been there before.
It was really cool. We stayed in like the nicest hotel ever. The place, the Old Forester Town Hall or whatever.
It's pretty much like the Radius, honestly. It's just
really,
a big open area.
Really cool venue. That was awesome. And Dreamcatcher was really fun. That crowd was really fun.
I guess what we're talking about, I'll just say I put him as my number 9.
Okay.
I feel like it would have been... I mean, they were really fun live. I feel like I would have enjoyed it a lot more if we were just closer, because we were literally at the very, very back.
Yeah, I wish we were
even being in the back, it was still pretty good. It was not like a huge place. But if we were like up there, like when we saw like Idol or like even like Luna or something.
That would have been like really high up.
I would have been like, whoa, this is sick. Because they were really good live. Their songs were really great. There's a lot of good songs I didn't even know they had that they played, and they were really fun. But
in the solo stuff was really cool. And they talk about cranking out the songs. They did too. They were like boom, 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 song. Like those girls were
like
Those girls were.
If they have like an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, and they're playing like 17 to 18 songs, they can play plenty of songs in 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Because you have to remember, they take time to talk to the groups, or talk to the crowd, play games, do random stuff. You know, but if you're on like a tight schedule, they're going to fly through all kinds of songs. Like, Stacy's going to be at this like KCON thing. I guarantee they're going to play all their title tracks and maybe a cover song and a B-side. So you'll be all right.
They know what they're doing.
Because
they
they played
have, like,
all
the
of them.
stopwatch. It's like boom.
They
start,
played all
boom,
of them
stop.
when we saw them live.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was like, I don't want to say more fun than I thought, but it definitely they definitely won me over a little more. I'd say, just because I mean I wished we were closer, but that's okay.
Like, you've listened to us talk to them before. We listened to like Dreamcatcher stuff. We had an episode where we like kind of talked about some of their songs a long time ago. Because a lot of our friends suggested it to us. Because people on our Discord are like huge insomnias.
Yeah, we have some of the biggest. I feel.
And we weren't even like I said close to them. We were like as far back.
No,
as
we
you
were
possibly be.
we were by like the door.
But after seeing them live, we laughed. We're like, man, Dreamcatcher's pretty sick.
We're like, man, that was awesome. And
like, maybe we should have gotten tickets to go see them closer.
Yeah, overall, I'd say, I mean, every idol is beautiful, but maybe one of the most beautiful groups ever is Dreamcatcher.
Oh yeah,
it's cool too. You know, for us that they're all like. Maybe not exactly our age, but like kind of around our age too. So that's always cool rooting for idols who are, you know, veterans and all that. But it was really fun. It definitely kind of like shocked me more than I thought it would. So that was my number 8. 8?
Yeah, and then that was my number 9.
That was my number 7. And then I had Everglow's 8 just because of all the stuff I just said about it.
Sure.
And then my number 9 was Brave Girls just because they were so great. Everything you said, so true. Super fun. I just wish we could have been in the front.
Yeah.
That's why I remember just actually being upset about that afterwards, so that's why I put it last.
Yeah. But I mean, overall,
it was just a thing where you're like,
overall, I loved it. It was one of my favorite concerts.
Oh yeah, I did too. I love it. It was
just like the
fun.
small atmosphere, and they were awesome. They played all the songs I pretty much wanted them to hear.
Yeah. It was super
they were
fun.
Great. It's just we didn't get.
It's just one of those things where you're like, so close but so far. So I was like, yeah, that's going to. But we got the high touch too, and that was really cool. They're fun. I hope they come back.
So I already said Dreamcatcher was my number 9 one. So
yeah.
My number 8 one was the first time we saw Red Velvet, which is when we went and saw them at the
Rosemont.
meet and greet in Rosemont. Yeah, like we said earlier, it was just a really fun experience. It was our first show we went to. One of the reasons it's lower on my list than what it was for you was that was a long time ago. We've seen a lot of shows since then.
It was a long time ago.
So yeah, Red Velvet. First time was number 8. Number 9, like I said, is Dreamcatcher. It would have been up higher probably if we were closer to.
I feel like that one could have actually been like.
Also, it was really
high. If that one, if we were like close for that.
True.
We couldn't get there at 4 a.m. though. Sorry, Alan.
Then I think the last 3 are ones you didn't go to, right?
Yes.
Do you have any more on your list?
No, I'm done.
Okay. So my number 10 one was the second time I saw Red Velvet. That one was actually like a tour, and they went to like a big Chicago theater, which has like that old opera feel too. Like, you know, it goes through like the Phantom of the Opera. There wasn't anything particularly bad about it or anything. It's just like, I don't know, just saw Red Velvet. It's one of those things too where I've said on other shows where there's certain groups, like when we were talking about our Twice one and stuff, and like even Idol now.
Yeah.
Where when we saw them, it's like one of those things where you build it up so much and you never get to see these people. And then you see them, and it's like the greatest thing ever. Like even seeing Luna, it's like, oh man, we finally saw Luna. Like this is crazy. Like I never thought I'd see him. And then the second time I would go, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, it's Red Velvet. It's fun to see him, but it doesn't have the impact of seeing him the first time.
Yeah, the first time always hits different.
So Red Velvet, the second one, like I said, that wasn't a meet and greet. That was like an actual concert. That was like a full concert. It was like huge. They played all their songs. It was good. But that's my number 10. Number 11, I have when I saw Blackpink in Allstate Arena. Mm-hmm. I mean, nothing against Blackpink, but personally, they're not like one of my favorite groups. Yeah. So like going to see them wasn't like a lifelong dream or anything. Yeah. You just like had the extra ticket and we got like nosebleed ones. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, you want to go? And then you couldn't go, so I took someone else with me.
Yeah. Classic.
But it's just like, I mean, seeing them live was cool. Like, yeah, it was awesome. Like,
that was like all of these other ones that I didn't go to.
No, he was like super hyped to see Blackpink. So I feel
all...
bad he didn't get to see them, but they're coming back, so it'll be alright.
Yeah, we'll be all good.
But yeah, for me personally, I'm not like a big Blackpink stan. I'm not like, I like some of their songs and I know the members, but I'm not gonna like, freak out when they come to town to go see them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, they were cool live. They did good. They had their little dance break, personal things. I will say, one of the craziest live experiences was hearing Jisoo sing.
It was
like a weird.
It was Clarity.
Clarity, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't even like a K-pop song, but she like.
That's why I was like, it was not a Korean song.
But she like sang Clarity live, and her vocals, man, gave me goosebumps.
It's a cool
song. She was so good.
It's a cool song.
But also in that one, I was nowhere near being close. I was literally like the farthest back you could possibly be in the arena.
Yeah.
Like the only thing farther back than where I was sitting was a second row of seats and the wall. Like,
hey man.
But it was still, I mean, it's fine. It's just, yeah, like I said, I don't know. Blackpink is cool. And then last, I have the Oh My Girl one, which is nothing against Oh My Girl. I mean, they were good live, but also it's like just like a smallest venue, literally you could possibly be in.
Yeah.
And it was more like, it honestly seemed more like a talent show for somebody's like high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's what kind of look like on the video.
They're like a smaller group when it comes to like touring, and I didn't even know it was a concert until you told me about it. And then I looked it up, and there's people in other places, like they were in like Texas and LA, and they were giving tickets away for free, so like the venue wasn't empty for them to like go perform.
Yeah, I don't even remember how I found that, to be honest.
And you told me about it, and we literally got tickets. What the tickets? They were like,
it was like so cheap,
like $20-$30.
Yeah.
And when I say it was back at the back as far as you could possibly be there too, I was like at the back of the venue. The only thing behind us was the bar where you could get drinks at. Like we're sitting at the little bench area for the bar, and I literally was probably as close to the stage like as we were when we saw Luna on.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It was just
so. I mean, it was
small.
like super small.
It looked very small in the video.
They did really good though, but they didn't have like a giant like. The LED screen. There was no like fireworks. Nice. There was no confetti. The front row for like VIP people is literally like foldable chairs that were put in front of like the stage. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like very. I mean, they're not like one of those groups that are in high demand in America, so I get why they probably didn't go all out for their tour over here.
Right.
They did what they could, but also that was a very, very long time ago. That might have been the second one that I went and saw.
Well, I don't even remember what year. I mean, probably.
I know it was definitely after the Red Velvet.
It was maybe late 18, early 19. I don't know.
Because I think it had to be, because I think the first, we went to the Red Velvet one, and then I think the next two after that you didn't go because you had to work. Yeah. So it would have been Oh My Girl, because it was cold outside, and then Blackpink in the summertime.
Well, I remember that's why I didn't go to the Oh My Girl, because
it was like snowing.
We had like an ice storm the one night, or the day before.
Which is funny, because afterwards we're both like, why did you just like drive up that night?
I was like, I could have just drove up the next day. It was like a Sunday. I think it was on a Sunday. And it was cold, but it wasn't like
sunny outside, so the ice melted.
Yeah, and it was like, probably should have thought about that, and then we just like didn't. We had like the realization at the same time, like after, of course.
But I mean, it was cool. If you like Oh My Girl, like we like Oh My Girl. They played all the like really popular songs. Another one where all the members were there, so no one's ever gonna be able to experience like that again nowadays.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. You never know, but I don't know if they're going to go on tour in the United States. You know what I mean?
Like I don't know if they're ever going to come back to
that one's probably in the books, in a way.
Also, maybe the last ones I didn't enjoy as much because you weren't there.
It's crazy because every single one I was supposed to. But yeah, I couldn't go. The Oh My Girl, like, I think, I'm trying to, let's see which, so that was 3, right, that I hadn't been to?
Well, you didn't go to, because you didn't go to the second Red Velvet one.
Yeah. Okay, so I probably, of those 3, would have wanted to see Blackpink the most because I'd already seen Red Velvet, then Red Velvet, and then Oh My Girl, because I remember at the time we like kind of liked Oh My Girl, but definitely not as much as, we kind of did later on. So that really wasn't even that big of like a sting.
It's kind of one of those things. I was like, you literally messaged me like, "Hey, you want to go see this?" So like playing. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know they were playing."
I think I got like an ad on Instagram or something. It was like, "Oh My Girl U.S. tour." I was like,
I don't even know who's promoting it.
I have no idea, dude. It was so random and it was so cheap. And I mean, I would go see him now. I'd love to see Oh My Girl, but at the time, I was like, oh. And then, like, You
also remember this was years ago, so they didn't even have out like their songs that are super popular that people know now, like Dolphin.
Dude, it'd actually be really sick because we could see Dolphin.
And they didn't even have like Nonstop. They didn't have like their last comeback was like the 6th season.
I think that's what it was. So that one at the time like really wasn't even like hard to. I was just like, oh, and then I was like, well, we probably should have drove up Sunday, but okay. And then the second Red Velvet one sucked because I love Red Velvet, but at the same time we did see them at the And that was cool at the meet and greet thing too, because I was literally just in Chicago at Rosemont.
Yeah.
That wasn't a tour or anything.
Rosemont's like one of my favorite venues to go see.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm pumped about ITZY, because they're there.
That's gonna be awesome to see too.
I love Rosemont. I love that place. The whole area is just fun.
When you have all these groups that you like, let me tell you, the first time you see them is actually very special.
Yeah, it is. It's like emotional in a really good way.
Like even with Stacy, I really want to see Stacy again. But I don't know. The first time we saw them and everyone freaked out at KCON, it's always gonna be like one of those things. I'm like, this is like the greatest Stacy thing.
Yeah.
And they like just came out with what was it? Run to You.
Run to You was like a very, very new song.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
So like
they were
everyone's
so
like
cool.
everyone like freaked out. It's just one of those things. It's hard to explain.
It's just like instantly, because it's just so hard.
You can like see groups you like, and yeah, you enjoy it. But the first time you see them, it's just like something magical.
It's like really someone you like, and then because you just like don't know when you get the chance for K-pop.
That's another thing
you just
too.
don't know, and we've been really blessed for what we've been able to see, because there's people that love these groups that will never get a chance, and we've gotten, we're going to get to see groups multiple times if we want to because of our location. So
I mean, I guess I shouldn't say I didn't care too much to see Blackpink, because there's a lot of people who'd like die to see Blackpink, and I just went because I could.
But I'm very excited because I didn't get to, and I would really like to see Blackpink.
I will say they put on quite a performance.
I am excited for that one. I actually am excited for that one, and it's a Friday, so we can get hot pot afterward.
Yes.
I'm excited. We don't even know where the heck they're going, but they're dating Chicago. Well, they have two. Second one's Friday. I am very pumped to try and get tickets for that, just because I didn't get to see them. And I know that's like that's one that's like big.
It's gonna be a huge spectacular. It's like crazy.
That's what I think is cool too. Is like there's like fireworks.
Oh yeah,
like fire, and there's like big screens and like
watches wrestling. You see like WrestleMania and things going nuts. That's exactly what it was like seeing Blackpink.
I love that stuff for groups that are big, like Twice and stuff, and they have like also, fire and fireworks. Like
you'd also probably play Ice Cream.
Oh, exactly. Oh man, I'm like I saw that and I was like, it's go time for that. Like again, even with this like ITZY one.
What was the other songs that came out that were really good on that one album? You said Love Sick Girls. What was the other one that was
Love
Sick
Girls were really good too.
Because this is what I saw. This was before all that happened.
And I mean, we'll get I'm just trying to see some Money by Lisa.
They'll probably play that. They'll probably play the solo stuff like Rose.
They'll
probably play
You just never got.
What is the? I can't think of the one song. Is it Pretty Savage?
Oh, it's gonna be a nice set.
And they're having a comeback.
Yeah,
so they're gonna be playing.
They're literally doing it. They're gonna have their comeback, which is out in like 10 days or something. They're pre-release, and then they're gonna have a comeback. So that I'm really pumped for that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pumped for that one. The ITZY one too, kind of like you said, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I want to see them, but there's no need to try and like rush. Like we didn't even get tickets yet. We're just gonna try and get that Nikki a couple days before and just like scoop some tickets late because ITZY's had so much more awesome music, and I want to see them live, but. When you just had that awesome experience of being like VIP front row right there seeing them, like it's hard. You're good. You're chilling. You're chilling. I
will say the last time at the Blackpink thing, I do remember vividly. Everyone was complaining beforehand about how Jennie was like kind of getting lazy and like didn't seem like she wanted to be in the group and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But when we saw her live, super good. Yeah. She did her like solo song, which it's called Solo.
Yeah.
Super good. It was amazing. I just remember leaving there and like. I don't know what people are talking about. She seems fine. Like I don't know what her deal is.
I'm excited to finally see them. It's going to be fun. So yeah, those are both in November. So we have a nice little break between concerts. So yeah, and I think there was that's all the ones we're going to or have seen. I remember that guy in the line yesterday. He's like, oh, I'm going to this. Well,
he's going to a lot of.
I was like, man, you are going to every single one. But
one thing
to each their own.
I will accomplish at some point in time, is there is a couple boy groups I'd like to go see live if they came to America.
Yeah,
never seen it. Well, I guess we saw them at KCON because we saw B2B, we saw Gravity, we saw TO1, but we also didn't really have a choice. We had to watch them and see the groups we wanted to see.
It sucked that.
Now, of my own free will, I would love to go see a couple boy groups if they come to America again.
Yeah.
Like, I was bummed out we didn't get to see Stray Kids.
Yeah.
I really want to see NCT. I'd love to see, like, if Winter came back or, like, Icon came.
Yeah. Just bring everybody to Rosemont.
Dude, Rosemont's like one of the best venues. The Radius and the Rosemont, like my two favorite places.
The Radius is really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
If it wasn't standing room only, it'd be great. But also, I feel like that's part of why it was kind of cool.
I really love the Radius. It's like so clean in there.
I'd also love to go see B2B again if they came to concert.
Absolutely.
Not gonna lie, I love B2B, man. They're so sick.
They knew how to put on show.
We always talk about how we're not fans of vocals. Like, well, I mean, we like vocals, but it's not like, compared to like dancing or whatever. It's not our favorite thing.
Right.
But my gosh, do they know how to vocalize a harmony and crush it?
They proved us wrong.
I would go see. If someone told me right now they got VIP tickets to go see B2B, I'd be like, how much?
Absolutely.
Fly me out to Utah right now.
I am ready for that. And we'll get there eventually.
I'm also kind of jealous of all of our friends right now. They're going to go see 17 because 17's got.
They're like there at the moment,
especially when they're hot out now. It's kind of crazy because we were talking about how I'm like, I don't really know too many songs they've had, and we were listening to my playlist on the way there. There's so many songs with 17 that came out. So I didn't realize I had these on here.
I mean, there's just like this year. I don't know if those companies are really trying to get the groups out to make some money that they lost during COVID. I don't know. Everyone was at like the same exact time.
Yeah, that's another big thing. There's a couple boy groups that came we could have seen, but you got to prioritize. And when there's like 14 girl groups you want to see, you got to go with the girl groups.
Yeah,
that's just how it is.
I mean, it's just how it was, and like,
it's just science.
And we were both gone when TXT was there.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
That would have been
seeing TXT at Rosemont.
That would have been
sick.
Really cool, and I really kind of wanted to do that, but we were both gone, legitimately not there.
Yeah, we both had other plans,
so we couldn't do that. But yeah, I mean, all the ones.
Man, I forgot about that. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. At least that one you just chalk up like, hey, schedule didn't work out this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt like so many of the groups were just like at the same time. I mean, literally, we were like a week apart of Idol and Luna.
Well, no, remember they all went on sale? Like, there was like 4 different ones we were going to go see. That went on sale in like the same like 3 days.
Yep.
And we were paying like, $200 to $300 a pop for these tickets. Like, it's not cheap.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, sorry, Strange Kids, you're out.
Someone's got to get eliminated.
But hopefully in the future, definitely we'll check. I would really like to see some kind of NCT concert. That'd be really fun.
Also another one that came a little bit ago, we didn't get to see, is go see ATs. That would have been sick.
Yeah. Yep. That was, there's been a ton of concerts this year. And there's a lot coming up.
I'm sure we'll get another chance, because some of those groups are, especially the boy groups, I feel like more than the girl groups, because the boy groups are really popular.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll be
that
back.
Easy money. I don't know, I remember at the time, my bucket list was either like WJSN or Luna, but we got to get that Luna one, so there's
now just you WJSN.
Now we just need WJSN to
who come to KCON, but I can't go see them.
And it's so dumb that they can't just go. It sucks they can't just have done the little one thing and you could just drive up to Minneapolis and see them.
I know.
But
one day.
But I mean, other than that,
how have they been around so long and they've never been on tour in America? At least like 4 places.
Go to that Chicago, Dallas, New York, Miami, man.
They
Atlanta.
Just hit up the golden triangle, huh?
Yeah, just hit up those 5 cities that everyone goes to
on that world tour. Maybe one day.
Still never forget the Idol tour that got canceled at 87 locations.
Dude, that was like the biggest concert.
They were touring 2 cities in every one of the 50 states.
No,
there were so many people.
If you guys if you don't believe us, go to Google and look up the Idol Island tour.
Island, yeah.
Because that was like the crazy thing. I'm like, really? You can't even give CLC a comeback, and they're going on a 97
on a 297 city tour.
Man. Although I'm glad here's the other thing though, I'm glad we saw them when we saw them, because if we would have seen them at the other one before that, they would not have had any of the songs like Villain, Tomboy, My Bag, none of that would have been out.
I Never Die really changed, we liked them, but I Never Die put them on like a different kind of stratosphere. Like that album is excellent and just that vibe is really cool.
So they had, I guess it's not necessarily a huge US one, but overall from when they started in Bangkok to when they had their finale in Seoul, it was 32 tours.
That's a lot.
32 stops.
That's a lot of stops.
And Sujin would have been there. I don't know, but yeah, I mean they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I hope it's just like the same.
I know, right? Because they had 2 in Korea, so 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They still had 17 on this one.
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty good.
So that's first half of their tour.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just, sometimes we talked about it before because there's a lot of bands we've seen, but it was like just the right time to see them for what songs they had out.
Absolutely.
And if you would have seen them any sooner, they would have had them. And if you would have seen them any later, instead of playing like 4 or 5 songs off of I Never Die, they probably would play like one or two.
I Never Die is just like honestly like it was just so excellent as a whole album. So, and the promotions for it excellent, the looks for it excellent. I mean, it all just
kind of like
came together as like a perfect storm of like
I don't know, just
awesome Idol.
It's hard to explain. Sometimes just like it's just a time of the universe, and that's what's supposed to happen.
It's just, and it's just there. You just feel it. You feel how awesome it is. You feel how great it is. You feel like this is the best.
Because when we saw Red Velvet, even though it didn't have all like Psycho and stuff yet, they had our like peak love of Red Velvet and all the songs they had out.
Yeah.
But if we would have seen them any later, like if they came back now or like last year, we'd have to sit there and sit through like Zimzalabim and all the songs that we weren't like super big fans of, where that would take the place of like songs that we like really like B-sides they normally play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be the same experience because I'm like, okay, I like all these songs. Now I got to listen to like these 3 comebacks in a row I wasn't a fan of. Where if I would have saw them earlier, those songs have been replaced with something else. So
yeah, Idol was just set to win that championship like perfect timing for them. And I mean, they're literally the background on your computer right now, and that photo is just the best.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like so awesome, so special. All the concerts have been. It's always weird. It still is, even though, you've been to over 10 concerts. I've been to like 9. Seeing the idols, especially even yesterday with Luna, seeing them come out on stage and like getting that realization that they're real is always blows my mind.
Especially the ones
it's always crazy. Like Luna yesterday was a big one. I was like,
that we've seen on like Queendom.
Yeah, like whoa, like that's Luna, and they're right here, like a stone's throw away.
Like we watched you guys on Queendom for weeks.
Yeah,
and now you're here.
And like that's how it was with like Brave Girls, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's time for the Vieves tour,
dude.
That'd be fun.
I would pay big bucks for that.
That would be really fun. That would be really fun at the Radius.
Oh my gosh, I would
just
cry.
Please don't be
just
next
go to
week.
The same place where Brave Girls went to.
Oh my gosh, that'd be really fun.
Okay, I just love the Brave Girls concert. It was so awesome.
It was great. It was just it was.
We
great.
weren't even far away for that either.
No.
Like the place was small.
It was very tiny.
But if we were like front row, that would have been like life changing.
That's the only
that
reason
might have been
I had
number
it
one
ranked.
on my list if it
That
was
was the only. Yeah. Oh, maybe it could be. That was the only reason I had it ranked so low. Is because I was like, man,
they were just like so.
We could have done better.
They were like so playful and so fun, and
yeah,
all their songs were awesome. The outfits were awesome.
Such veterans.
Oh, it was the best. If I could go see Brave Girls right now, I'd take my week's vacation from work and go see Brave Girls.
It was really awesome.
Yeah, Veeves, go on tour. Go WJC.
I mean, pretty much, it's crazy too. Just like thinking of groups, just like, well, honestly, seeing everyone who wanted to see, pretty much. Like,
I mean, yeah,
besides like a few,
I'm trying
and
to
then
think
obviously like some groups that have disbanded.
Yeah, I'll never see CLC.
Like we can't see like Eyes One.
I'll never see.
Oh
Eyes
my gosh,
One.
it's time for the Les Seraphim tour. Let's do it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that would be sick.
Also, very sad because no matter what happens now, if we ever get to see From Us 9, it's never going to be the same.
That sucks, right? Like that honestly is a bummer. I have not really listened to From Us since.
Ace would be sick to see.
That'll happen. They'll have a tour.
They'll be here eventually.
We'll get to see that.
But yeah, I'll be honest. Since Gary left From Us 9, I've not listened to a single From Us 9
I've like
song.
never.
It just hits too deep.
I've never had
Kepler. I'd love to see Kepler. That'd be cool.
Dude, that would actually be like incredible just because
Nature.
Of, like,
where's Nature at? Is Nature coming? Is Nature
Radius?
Coming
Get them.
Radius. Get Nature, please.
The Radius is so fun. Just have Kepler there.
I'd love to see Nature. For all you other Nature stands out there.
You never know.
Cherry Bullet. I'd love to see Cherry Bullet.
Dude, I would be so pumped to see Cherry Bullet.
We'll never get to see Lovelies.
R.I.P.
Who else? I'm literally just going through my list of songs.
That really sucks about From Us 9. It really bugs me. That one hurt.
Yeah,
I don't think I've had a member. I don't know. A time a member left a group and
I'll
they're
be honest,
still a group that hurt as much as this.
I loved CLC for a very long time. We all know it, and I was not as sad about when any of the members left CLC as I am as a career living From Us 9.
I mean, this one.
That
one just like I don't want to say the ship was sinking, but
that was like
was
like
toward
she
the
left
end.
and like okay. They've done one thing that was like crowdfunded in like 2.5 years. So
that was like
But for like okay, so those who haven't listened to our From Us 9 like deep dive episode that we did,
yeah,
I think we did. I don't remember. I think we did. You could listen to it.
Had to have.
But we've talked about it numerous times. Like, we, like, fell in love with him since Love Bomb came out. Mm-hmm. And the very first person that, like, caught my eye was, like, Gyuri. Because she, like, reminded me of, like, Jisoo when she had, like, a little puppy dog smiley face.
Yeah.
So she was around for a very long time. We watched a ton of Promise 9 content. I'm talking about, like, every video that they had we watched, right?
Yeah.
Then we saw him produce 48, and we cheered for him produce 48.
Yep.
We watched all of Idol School. We cheered for all of them in Idol School, and we watched them, like, in retrospective, making them, like, make the group.
Yeah, we watched the whole show, and Idol School was, like, so amazing. It was, like, an amazing show.
Then we saw all their comebacks. We've been a part of all their comebacks. We were super butthurt when they, like, got their little scandal thing. And actually, we've gone on record and said before, if it wasn't for that, they'd probably be like my favorite group of all time right now.
Yep.
But that was like a huge...
They're just in that weird kind of purgatory of like they could be the greatest of all time, but they're just not.
They like slid under, well, WJSN slid over them and took the spot from them. But they were very close to being my favorite group. Now...
There's just something about From Us that we just really have like a deep love for. But so since Gyuri left, it was like honestly devastating.
Yeah,
my heart still hurts when I think about it, and like, oh my gosh! And there's people behind us in line yesterday for Luna, and they were talking about. They're like, so, and you can just hear them. They're like talking about it, and they're like, so are they going to be From Us 8? And I wanted to turn around and be like, don't you dare disrespect them.
Choke you out. I don't know.
It sucks, and it just sucks because like I hear the name, see the members on Instagram, hear any songs, and it just like kind of is sad.
Side note, I'd love to see like Rocket Punch live.
That'd be cool.
Or like weekly.
I would love to have.
Or Ruwa.
I would love to have kind of like a small, like a little tour for like those kind of groups. Like, let's do that.
Can we get Majors? Where are they at? Are they gonna come back?
That would be fun, actually. There's some very fun songs, like clubby dance songs.
But I'm also gonna say like half these groups they came, I'd be like, oh, that'd be cool to see them. But if like some like big name one I really like came, I'd just be like, all right, you guys have to wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll never get to see Goo Goo Dolls.
That would have been cool.
I know. Can we just get Icon and Winter to come on like a headlining tour?
The Dueling Dragons.
EXO? I'd love to see EXO.
That'd be pretty sick.
EXO would be awesome.
That'd be really cool. It's time for Super Show 57 and just bring over all Super Junior. Tour of America.
Actually, that'd be sick. I'd love to see
Super Junior would be
live.
really fun.
I'm amazed they haven't been over here more, honestly.
They're just chilling.
DIA? Where's the DIA concert at? Can we rejuvenate their career, please?
Yeah, they still haven't disbanded.
What about X1? Are they still together?
Revolutionized music. 12th most listened to 4th gen group.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. The whole Promise 9 thing still just cuts deep. Like, I seriously have not listened to anything. So it's kind of sucks knowing if they actually announced the tour and came over here, it wouldn't be the same group. I don't even know if I could go watch it, to be honest with you. That'd be so sad.
It'd be really sad. It'd be very sad. It's just like over. It's just done. So.
Like, I love the members so much.
I really do.
You're my favorite.
Like, every single one of them is great. From Us is a great group. Just like epitome of what great girl groups should be.
Very underrated.
They are. And they like always will be, which kind of sucks, but.
And now it's even worse than it was before. So, there we go. Let's end it on a high note.
Yeah, I'm just getting more and more depressed. But yeah, that does it for as of right now.
I also told him before we started, I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't even know if that's all the shows I went to. I feel like I might have missed one, but I don't know what it would be. I don't honestly know.
I'm pretty sure that's all the ones you went to without me. So it'd be one that we both went to.
And I have no idea.
I think we got them.
I don't know why I keep thinking I'm missing one, but I don't know.
Maybe because KCON was 2 nights, so
that might have been
like night 1, night 2. I don't know.
But now you guys know like what shows we've been to if you've ever been curious. Because we know we say all the time we go to shows, but
hey, we've been to a good number now.
Hey, saying you've been to like 12 K-pop shows in a span of like 3 years.
3 to 4 years maybe.
How they come over here, I mean, that's pretty good.
And like most of those being, with like the best benefits you can have. Like, that's pretty good.
That's a real tally. You should have had the tally of all our VIPs that we went to. I have just a bunch of lanyards.
I was going to say my lanyards like hanging on my lamp are like getting pretty thick now.
You got a bunch over there.
And the Luna one was just like perfect. It was so cool.
But let us know what you guys think of like all the shows you've been to.
What shows are you going to? Which one's your favorite? Are you going to any in Chicago coming up? Let us know because we'll be there.
Let me know if WJSN was awesome at KCON because I didn't get to see it.
That's the one thing that kind of sucks.
Come comment and rub it in my face.
Oh, man. That'd be really fun to see. We'd knock out so many groups with that. But that does it this week, our concert edition. I'm sure eventually we'll have another update. But till then, I'm JT's Frog. We're at the K-pop Kimchi Podcast. We love you guys. Peace.
Later.
Yeah. 불안하게 다 털어내 지난 일에 마음 쓰는 게 It's alright 답이 잘 보이는 것 싶다가 또 어느새 날 가두는 감옥이 돼 Yeah. 시간은 앞으로만 가는 걸 어째 그동안 난 아무것도 이룬 것이 없네 yeah. 아직도 내 마음속에 너 너를 그리워하다 하루가 다 지났어 너를 그리워하다 1년이 가버렸어 난 그냥 그렇게 살